Coaches are super useful. They've got the knowledge, they help to stay consistent, but they can be very expensive, up to hundreds of dollars per hour. It's easy to say that they are not accessible to everybody. The question is, could you still get the benefits of a coach without paying any money? Now you can still acquire the knowledge yourself by browsing the internet or watching videos like this one, but if you got blind spots or questions, nobody is going to be here to help you. That's where AI come into place. It has made tremendous progress in the last years, and in this video we're going to see if it's actually viable as a coach. What we are going to do in order to test that is to create an avatar of someone that wants to get healthier. Then I will tell you what advice I would give myself to this person, and after that we're going to ask AI what it would do to help this person improve their health, and at the end we'll compare the results. Honestly, I think AI will be good, but not quite as good, but we'll see in this video. If you enjoy this kind of experiment and videos about health topics like this, please subscribe. Let's get into it. So first, our avatar. He's a male, 28 years old, 245 pounds, 6 foot, doesn't exercise often, like once every 2 weeks. He eats quite bad, especially a lot of snacks at night. He sleeps very well and he feels very calm on a daily basis and says that he's almost never stressed out. Now, him personally, what he wants to do is to lose some weight and to fix his eating habits a little bit. Nothing crazy, just having a little bit more knowledge about food and to know a little bit better how to eat if he wants to be healthy. As you see here, the main problem this person has is weight, but this works also if you did this with someone that wanted to have a better sleep, or if you did this with someone that wanted to start to exercise more. Any kinds of problem you have, health related, will give similarly the same results as this guy. It's not what you have that's important, it's how you actually ask it to AI. But in the end, if you don't have the same problem as this specific avatar, it's not problematic. As long as you follow the same procedure as we do right now, you will be able to have similar results. So that's the avatar that we're going to look at today. Now for the advice that I would give personally to this man. So he said that his main goal was weight loss. So first I would explain to him how weight loss works, because he talked also about understanding, and I know that not everyone wants necessarily to know how things work, but here it's the case. So I'll talk to him about calorie deficit, hunger, that movement is important, but not as much as what he eats, and things like that. And just general thing people see wrong about weight loss. After this, I would first discuss with him if he prefer to stay more flexible with his foods, or if he would like to have a more defined plan which he can just follow to get to his results. Then according to his response, it can go two ways. First way is he wants a precise plan. So here I would give him healthy recipes according to his taste and grocery lists, so he knows exactly what to buy to do them. So with that, he could have exactly what he needs to eat healthy and to achieve his goals. And the second path is one where he wants to stay more flexible. Here I would still make him track his calories, because I think tracking calories are important for more beginners, not just to lose weight, but to understand a little bit what's in your food, like okay, this one has more fat, this one has more protein, and just to have general knowledge on what is in your food and what you can eat to be healthy. So first thing, I would make him count his calories. I would explain to him also the importance of protein, because if you want to lose weight, it's very important, not only to keep your muscles, but also to make you feel full when you're in a calorie deficit. So we would set a protein goal in addition of a calorie goal. And in the end, if you want to stay more flexible, I would explain to him that it's not important that he eats perfectly all the time, but it's more important that most of the time he eats good, like whole foods, vegetables, meat, good sources of carbs like rice, potatoes, and of course the other part of the time he can just eat whatever he wants, as long as it goes as per with his goal. Then I would encourage him to exercise a little more, maybe twice a week. I think it's a good progression if he was doing it once every 2 weeks. I would especially encourage him to walk, because his main goal is to lose weight, and I think walking is super great, especially for beginners and people that exercise a little less, because it doesn't require a lot of effort, everybody can do it, and it's very good to burn some extra calories and to lose weight, even though, as I said before, food is way more important. Then I will tell him that his sleep is very good and that he should keep it that way. And lastly, I would tell him that he needs to take some measurement to track his progress. So the two main measurements I always do myself and I always ask to people to do if they want to lose weight are your weight, either once a week and you compare from week to week, or every day and you take the median weight of the week. So you weighed it yourself 7 times, you take the middle number, like you put out the 3 lowest and the 3 highest number and you keep this one and you compare it to the medium number of the next week. And after that, I would schedule some meeting points with him so we can see how his results are going, if he has struggles, and we could change our plan along the way if things are not going in the right way or if he doesn't like something. That would be my advice. Now for AI. So I've took my computer, but you can of course do it on your phone, and that's the prompt. So as you see here, there is all the information I gave to you about the avatar, so his weight, his age, his height, everything I needed to give him advice, also his objectives. Then I just asked AI to give him advice on how to achieve his goals and a plan to do so. Also, I asked AI to ask questions if needed. That's a very good line to add in all of your prompts because sometimes you forget things or AI just asks you questions, you answer, and it gives you an even more detailed answer that's closer to what you want. So it's always a good thing to add in all of your prompts. Also, before I press enter, I just wanted to say that we'll just allow one answer of ChatGPT, because if we just try to refine it more and more, we could get to something that's really, really good. But here we would just want to see if AI is good as just answering to the question you ask and straight away giving you a good plan to achieve your goals. Like always with these tools, you can practically do whatever you want, and I could get to a very good plan and very good advice by refining it a lot. But here the goal is really to see what it will give to us as a first answer. So okay, as always, AI starts with cheering us up. It's just like that in the default settings. But what's interesting is what comes after. Nice, it easily identifies what goes wrong in our health. Small sustainable correction. That's words we like to hear also. And I kind of like the number it gives here. So 15 to 25 pounds over 4 to 6 months. You can of course lose way more weight than that in 4 to 6 months if you want. But if we talk about a sustainable way and something that's not too brutal for a beginner and a kind of routine that he could easily ease in, that's a very good number to aim at, so that's good. Okay, so here it gives us why we eat too much sugar normally. By habit, because we are hungry, because we don't eat enough protein during the day. That's a bit the same thing, blood sugar and not enough protein produces hunger signals and makes us hungry. So these are all fair, and it gives you some swaps that you can do. So for now, quite good, but still not a lot of concrete. Like, he hasn't talked to us about calories or anything. He hasn't given us any information on why this works, even though the avatar said that he wanted to learn a little bit how to do it. So we'll see if he gives us that later. Eat protein. I think that's really good to lose weight, because first, when you're in a calorie deficit, you will be hungry. So eating proteins will help you feel more full. And also because you feel fuller, you will eat less, and that makes overall less calorie, which makes you lose weight. So eat protein, that's okay. Reducing craving, feeling full, weight loss, that's good. I don't really like the palm size advice. I think it's kind of bullshit. It's a good way to say it, but like, what's a palm size? Like, it's an egg, one egg. One egg won't do anything for you. I think it's something that's a bit cliche and I wouldn't recommend it. I would aim more for a clear amount, like maybe 40 grams or 50 grams of protein. That's why I like to track calories also, because you can see actually what's in your food, and saying a palm size doesn't really do anything. Like, a palm size of chicken breast won't be the same as a palm size of egg. So personally, I would advise more to track actually how much protein there is in your meal and to aim for a certain number, around 40 to 50 grams of protein at every meal. Okay, so number 3, structure your day. Maybe here we'll get a little bit of concrete information. I don't like this advice. I think it's wrong. I think that most people that over snack at night, they are more in a lazy position. I don't say that negatively, but it's often you're in front of the TV or you're watching a YouTube video. People want to decompress from their day, and you need to find a way to do that without having snacks. And in my opinion, snacking at night is more habit-based, and also because you're not doing anything, so you feel the hunger more than actually under eating before. So here it tells us to eat more before. That could be good for some people, but if you're not in this case, this advice isn't really valuable to you. Step number 3, exercise. You don't need to go to the gym 5 times a week. I like this advice. Of course, especially for someone that exercised 1 time every 2 weeks, you mustn't start exercising 6 or 7 times a week, even 5. I mean, you can, but most of the time it won't be possible to do it in a sustainable way. So I would advise to go more progressively and to start maybe with 1 or 2 times a week. And then when it's been a few weeks that you're doing your workouts 2 times a week, you can bump it up to 3 or 4 and finally reach 5 or 6 if you want later on. Okay, brisk walking, that's great. Strength sessions are also good in my opinion, because building muscle will be useful later to burn more calories and overall are a really good thing if you want to be healthy, but a bit less useful than walking if you want to lose weight. Even though I didn't say this in my advice, but I would start with walking 2 times a week, as I said, but later on, maybe 1 month in or a little bit less, I would advise him to do a workout that includes strength training once a week or twice a week, so he can actually build some muscles, and that will help him a lot later on. Okay, that's good. I like step 4. A lot of the time, not only for sugar craving, but for a lot of things that you do a little bit impulsively, it's a good thing to try to delay it as much as possible. Like if you know that you want sugar or something like that, but you shouldn't, but you still want to take it, take 5 or 10 minutes, maybe drink some water, maybe just breathe, calm down, and if in 10 minutes you really want it still, go ahead and take it. But in a lot of the cases, you will realize that after 10 minutes, your urge to do the thing will have gone down by a bit, and it will be easier for you to say no than 10 minutes before. So solid advice. Logically, I don't like step number 5. I mean, you can of course lose weight without tracking the calories, but as I said, here he said that he wanted to learn a little bit how to eat better with staying flexible in this diet, like without cutting everything out. So I think always for a beginner, tracking calories is a good thing, not just to be super rigid and eating exactly this number of calories, but to learn what's in your food, and later on when you stop tracking calories, you know that this is a good source of protein, this is a good source of carb, and you know better what to eat to achieve your goals without tracking anything or looking anything up. Okay, track body weight, that's good. Of course, if you want to lose weight, tracking body weight is good. But in my opinion, you need to track your waistline, hips line, and chest line also, because it is possible that you gain muscle and you lose fat. So you're actually doing what you want, but you don't lose actual weight because you gain muscles. And by measuring your waist and everything, you can know that you lost fat even though the scale hasn't moved. So I think it's mandatory to do that if you really want to see if you lost weight or not. And body weight alone isn't enough. And the number of sugary snacks a day is okay, but I think regarding weight loss, it's quite useless. And if you really want to fix your habits, why not? You can see the progression. Maybe you're eating a lot of sugary snacks before and after you're eating less, but I don't think it's a really good metric to track. Okay, and here he asked us some questions. So we said that we will allow only 1 response, but we'll respond to this question because it's part of our original prompt. So, do you cook or mostly eat out? I would say cook. Then, what does a typical dinner look like? I would say pasta plus some sauce and maybe cheese. I'm just saying something that I think a lot of people are eating at dinner normally. As he said, he doesn't eat quite good, but it's mostly eating sugary foods and things like that that is a problem for him. So I'm just going to answer normal thing for nutrition apart from the sugar part. Any food you will absolutely don't give up? No, I just want to be able to keep eating pizzas and things like that once in a while. Gym access or home only? We'll say home only. That's interesting to see what he advised to us. I don't think that you need a gym to lose weight or even to build muscles. You can do a lot of things with your body weight, even for strength training and building the body you want. So we'll see what ChatGPT tells us after. And what time at night do the cravings hit? I'll say 10 p.m. to midnight. Okay, so for the first thing here, dinner is carb heavy. I agree with him, but in the same time, it's hard to base yourself on only one answer. He said what you eat normally. I said pasta because I think you eat pasta often, but how does he know that I don't eat pasta with chicken or ground beef often also? I think that's also one of the weaknesses of AI, is that he will ask you questions, but he will also assume a lot of things. So if you don't do a really precise prompt and a really good prompt, which I haven't done, as I said, it will assume quite a lot of things. And if you don't correct it and you don't refine its answer, it can be a little bit adventurous. But here, I think it's good advice. If you eat a low protein meal as your last meal, you will be hungry later and you will be more prone to eat more sugar. So whether our avatar eats a low protein meal for dinner most of the time or not, it's solid advice. Second thing is good, nothing to say about it. And third thing is good also, I have nothing to say about it. Here he's telling us how to make the pasta dinner better. I think the advice is good. Eat the protein first, so you'll be fuller, you'll eat less pasta maybe, adding meat, chicken, lentils, and some cheese. Half of the plate protein. Quite solid advice. I have nothing to say about it. It's quite good. Then, night snacking strategy. Okay, so he's telling us to have a dessert on purpose that's healthy and quite high in protein also. Greek yogurts, quite high in protein shake also, peanut butter and cottage cheese. I think that's quite good also because these are sweet things, so it can a little bit calm down your sweet tooth, and also it's high in protein, so you'll feel fuller. And second option, to purposely eat something sweet, but to portion it, so you actually indulge in what you want, but because you do it consciously and you don't wait to be super hungry, you will eat less of it and you will do it in a controlled way. I think it's quite good also. Okay, you should keep pizza. That's good advice. 1 or 2 flexible meals per week. I agree also. And enjoy it. And that's very good advice. Enjoy it. Eat until satisfied. So listen to yourself and do not compensate on the next day. I think that's very important advice for everything you do with your food. If you cheat on your diet or you eat something that you regret after, don't overcompensate on the next day. Just go back on track and do as you did before. You don't need to fast. You don't need to over reduce your calories. It's okay, just go back on track, happens, and everything is good. That's good advice. Really, don't compensate is very good advice. Okay, here it tells us about home exercise. The exercises are okay, nothing crazy. A lot of legs, but apart from that, it's good. And walks optional. I don't like it, as I said, because I think walks are very, very important. So you should prioritize them if you want to lose weight. And 20 to 30 minute walks on off days. I don't like it because it tells it's optional, and I think you should prioritize walking if you want to lose weight. So in my opinion, not very good advice. He should prioritize walking, and then when the person has walking already in their habits and it's easy for them, implement some strength training and some normal workouts. Okay, some other rule, eat protein earlier in the day, that's good. He tells us what progress should look like. So less night craving, weight drops, better energy, clothes feels better, sugar feels optional, maybe not after a month, but if it's the case, good for you. And weight loss is believable, it's nothing crazy. So okay, here he tells us the next step. He can build us a 7-day simple meal structure, customize the workout to your strength level, and create a midnight snack menu so you never guess. And he finishes with an encouragement. So, honestly, it's a little bit worse than I expected. Like, ChatGPT gave good advice in my opinion, but he didn't ask how much the person wanted to lose weight. The way to track the weight loss is not optimal in my opinion. You should also make some measurements, as I said. It was quite good with the workouts, even though I would say to prioritize more walking. And he gave good tips, I think, for limiting the late night snacks and generally to eat better. In my opinion here, the main flaws are how he approached the food part, because I would really advise for a beginner to track calories and especially to track protein, at least if you don't want to track calories, especially for someone that wants to learn and everything for all the reasons that I said before. And also a big flaw with ChatGPT against someone that can give you advice is that he won't do any follow-up. Of course, you can tell him each week what your progresses are and it can give you advice, but you won't have appointment and you won't have direct contact with someone that will help you to change up the plan and really to fine-tune it so you get better results and faster results according to what happens to you and how the plan goes. That's the main flaw. But as I said, you can do practically anything with this AI. As you've seen, it's already quite good. Even though I didn't do a great prompt, he gave us solid advice, and I think you can lose a little bit of weight by doing what he said. And also after that, he asked us if we wanted to have a meal plan or things like that, which he would have done if I'd asked him. So that's really good also. And in definitive, I think that if you do a prompt like this for any health problem that you have, and that then you fine tune it with ChatGPT, you really ask him to ask all the questions it needs to be the most precise with your situation and to get you the most results. And then you keep talking with him when he asks you if you want him to make a plan or things like that. You can get a very, very good program that really helps you to attain your goal. And then if you go every week and you put your progress into ChatGPT, you can of course ask him what you need to track in order to see if you made a result or not. And every week you go and you tell him what are your results. You can get also a follow-up and he will be able to tell you what you need to change, maybe according to what happens to you. So does AI beat the humans? Not yet. But someone that's quite good with AI and that really tries to get a great plan with it can get very good results. Like, we are at a point that you will lose weight faster and it will be easier for you as a beginner or even an intermediate to achieve your health goals if you use AI than if you don't. So if you don't have access to a coach or something like that, in my opinion, you should definitely use AI to try to achieve your goals and maybe to see if there is plans or actions that you haven't thought of that AI could give you. Are coaches still worth it? Yes, they are. For how long they will be, I don't know, because AI is getting really, really good. And you know what? I'm going to change my opinion a little bit. And you know what? I'm going to change my opinion a little bit. Even though the answer wasn't super, super great, really, if you fine tune it and you ask the right question, it can be an insane tool and you should definitely use it. Please tell me what you think about AI in the comments, especially as a helper to achieve your goals, whether it be in health or in different parts of life. Subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of video and this kind of advice. You can also check the link for my newsletter in the description. It's advice and step-by-step guides on how to improve your health. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy my newsletter, so please go check that out. I really appreciate you for staying until the end. I'll see you next time. Stay healthy.